Y'all, these goddamn East Baltimore churches get on my nerves. Oh, they get on my nerves. Oh, Jesus. You know what? It doesn't matter. You know what I learned today? It does not matter um what denomination, what church you go to around here. These black East Baltimore churches ain't, man, they're so judgmental and so self-righteous and arrogant. Their leaders, their black leaders, their deacons and their pastors and their ministers, they arrogant. They're so arrogant. And, it does, let me put it this way. Give a man money like like that devil in Cabin in the Sky said. Like Louis Armstrong said, give a man money, watch him act funny. Give a nigga a title, give him prestige or a title, watch them act funny. Give a woman, give a black man a pseudo title, give him a man-made title, watch him act funny. Give a black woman a title in a black church, watch them turn on you. Yeah, that goes for black women in the secular world, supervisors. They the worst to work for. Same thing in these churches, these black churches. You see a church that's predominantly black and they got mostly women in there. They got run by a lot of women. Y'all, run for us, run. That daggone familiar spirit, it don't matter. I'm thinking, it don't matter if I went in a church with just my oldest son Joshua, with just my children, or not. It doesn't matter if I went in there with my husband, with Elliot, if I went in there with just him, these 23 years of marriage to him, they got that familiar spirit. I know you, I don't like you. I know you grew up from around here. I know your family. I know your mother. I know your background. I know the Sweeneys and I know the Dixons. You know what? You ain't nobody. We don't like you. And we gonna prove it. Yo. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Today I went to the this Hebrew church on Ashland Avenue. And it's the same church where I took my son Joshua at when Joshua was a baby. They was written at church to Kingdom Worship Center. Y'all, the same church. The same church around the corner from United Baptist. They share the same parking lot. Y'all, I went around there today because I just wanted to get out this house. Be around people, be around people so I don't be depressed and while I'm grieving. And people feel like, oh, I know what it is. They feel like you ain't got no right to be grieving, Elliot, because y'all was separate. That's the same demon that his family got. The same demon, the same spirit. They feel like I don't have no right to grieve, to have any feelings or have any loss about the narcissistic abuse, being married. All the narcissistic abuse from his family, my mother and his mother, and from him. Y'all, like, shut up, Crystal. Like his mother told Joy like his mother told Joy why she cried, and then Joy said, "Oh, she grieving." No adult child should say that to their grandmother. If the grandmother, if his family was there for us, and the grandmother lived right up the street from me, and ain't seen her granddaughter, ain't seen her since she was a baby, y'all. But back to these churches. That deacon at the Hebrew church, you know what? When I told him that Elliot died, I told him my husband died. First thing I said, not Henry, not the guy you know what? He just mad because them two pastors in that church pulled him up. Henry pulled him up for what he did to me. Did to me in that church, y'all. And that was when COVID got stuck. That was what, 2019, 2020, y'all. Y'all, and he never really apologized to me since then. Never apologized, but all he remembered is Henry pulling him up. Rather, he thought that was rather he thought that Henry was my husband, or rather the pastor thought that was my husband. That's none of that. That's what he get for getting in my business and locking me in that church, locking me in there with their security system. That's what he That's what he get in me trying to call Henry up. Me calling Henry up for him to talk to that deacon, y'all. Then he tried to do one of Joe Witness numbers. Tried to do Calvin Bell. Tried to do one of Calvin Bell numbers at Central Congregation numbers. And try to do my father's number, y'all. When Henry was going to the Kingdom Hall with me, he your husband. Bottom line is this: bottom line is this: y'all need to stop judging. Stop judging and stop. You already know who my legal husband is. All y'all niggas knew Elliot is my legal husband. and none of y'all talk to him. None of y'all help me. My father wasn't there. My father is an elder in Jehovah's Witness, and he never helped me, and they never helped Elliot either. They never helped. They never helped Elliot. They knew who he is. Said, let me talk to your husband. Help with marital counseling, or helped us. So miss me on that. So that fool, that Deacon Young around at the Hebrew church, he gonna bring that out his tail. And I said, don't go. I was like, don't go there. Don't go there. He said, so that guy is your friend. I said, my husband died. Period. Y'all, you know what? I'm going to say this loud and clear for the niggas in the back pew. I'm going to say this loud and clear. I don't care what you going through. If you going through a struggle, if you surviving, you going through grieving, or you going through no matter what you go, I don't care how desperate you may feel, or how oppressed, or how bad you feel, and you feel like you want to reach out to a church, or you want vent, or you want to cry out, I don't care. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare step foot. Don't step foot in none of these local institutional churches. Don't step foot in none of these East Baltimore Church Square. That's right. None of these Church Square churches. East Baltimore Church Square Shopping Center Church. I don't care. I don't care. It's Baptist, Pentecostal, y'all. Cause that same damn deacon, I showed him on my phone. I showed him Elliot's picture. I said, "Come in," and I showed. He ain't want to see the picture, cause I had I had Henry's picture in my phone, and I had Elliot's I had Elliot's obituary picture in my phone, and none of them, that deacon and that pastor, they did not want to see his picture. They did not want to see Elliot's picture, because you know what? That's them facing the truth. They know I live right around the corner from the church. They seen Elliot. They seen him around here. They claim they don't know him, but they seen him around here. Walking around here, alcohol, doing drugs, bombing. They seen him. They familiar with him. The same way that they so-called familiar with me. And my what you call it, my shortcomings. And what they bake on the women coming in these churches, like Adam and Eve, like the devil. They go to the woman, but don't go to the man. They'll go to the wife or go to the female, but don't mess with that. They don't mess with that man. And that deacon said, well, he kept saying, bring your husband, bring your husband. He thought, no, that fool knew, lying demon. And I just ignored, I blocked that Deacon Young, fake deacon. I don't, I don't like him. I told my oldest son Joshua about him. Joshua said that he familiar. He said back in 2019, said that he is familiar with that kind of church, with the Hebrew church. Because when he was in foster care, he was in a church like that, and deacons like that. Y'all, okay. Anyway, I sat there with their Sabbath school this morning, which is like a Sunday school thing. I was sitting there and he talking about Old Testament stuff, the Ten Commandments. I was like, Lord Jesus, Lord, oh Lord, fa la 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 la, y'all. 'Tis the season to tell lies, y'all. I was like, man, oh man. I said to myself, Jesus, I said to myself, they don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe in Jesus the way we do. I said, Lord, 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 Lord. I'm praying in my head. I said, Lord, Lord, we need to have fellowship, church fellowship on Saturdays. Not in these churches around here, but it need to be some kind of fellowship, some kind of support group for widows and orphans, and for disabled veterans and widows and people that special needs and stuff, people that fall in between the cracks. Y'all, I was thinking that in my head, said, Lord, this ain't Lord Jesus. And I'm showing them the funeral arrangements on my phone. I could tell they didn't give a. And I told, they got a new pastor around at the Hebrew church. I told that new pastor the details of what's going on, what I'm going through, the whole thing. And all he did was look at me in my eyes. He looked at me, and I told, oh, I didn't mean to dump on him, but he said, no, you're not dumping on me. Yo, and he told me some encouraging words, how to go to this funeral. Yo, how to go to this funeral Monday. Yo, but I told that pastor, that deacon, yo, be That goes for even when, like now, I'm grieving. It's hard for me to eat and stuff, and it's a part of me want to go to the hospital, you know, want to, because I don't have no therapist or nothing like that. Part of me want to go to the hospital, but I'm day by day fighting depression and fighting, fighting a lot of stuff, you know, not having no, physically, not having no, um, no, no family, and finding out the truth about, fi- like when you know the truth, but you like damn, like that. They really, they this hateful. They are they dislike me that much to do this. You like you be like, y'all, to go that far to do this in this way, y'all. Y'all. For me to every day it goes up and down. My appetite, my emotions, the way I'm grieving. That's called what it is. It's grieving just like losing how I lost my kids to the foster care system. But worse. It's it's worse than when I got this fellowship when I was 17, 18 years old. Y'all, what it's like that, multiply that times, multiply that times losing my kids to the foster care system, to Marion Elliott while I'm pregnant with Joy, while I'm pregnant with our daughter Joy, that times him not being there as a father and not being there as a husband for 23 years. Because now I'm looking at the reason why he couldn't be there because of his family. Because of my mother and his, because of my family and his family. Like Romeo and Juliet, yup. Like how my mother split up my oldest son's father and me from getting married. That, y'all. And then I told the pastor, I said, you know what, I ain't had no, all I have is the marriage license. That's it. All I got is marriage license. I don't have no proof of death, no death certificate, no cause of death. I don't really know how he really died. Our daughter told me, but that's not official. and I had to contact Social Security. I told the pastor, I said when I contacted Social Security, I told them I don't have nothing, and they said, "What's his date of birth? What's his full name and date?" And and they pulled it up, and the lady was calm. Lady said, "Oh, you're a young widow. You're only 55." She said, "I'm sorry," and told I said, they having the funeral arrangements. His family doing the funeral arrangements without me. I don't know what's going on. They doing the funeral Monday. She said, because you on SSI, you on disability. That you have to report that your spouse died, and you're eligible because you only 55. You're eligible for disability spousal benefits. And then she calmly broke it down and scheduled a phone appointment with me for March. Y'all, I'm like, y'all, and I told the pastor at the Hebrew church that, man, oh man, y'all, ooh, I told him the thing about this $7K, about that $7,000, about the insurance, about his like that they was fighting over that. Told him about my husband's sister found it from what our daughter told us. It ain't nothing, nothing official. You know, y'all, even with Joy giving me Charlotte a phone number, no, no. Charlotte know where I live at. Elliot mother know where I live at. All these years, and even when we went to Charlotte's house, when Joy's friend took me up to Charlotte's house after she told me the news that Elliot died, they gave each other phone numbers and ignored me. It's like I was dead but not dead. Crystal, nobody, Charlotte didn't give me her number. Like, you know what? And even okay, but now I'm thinking about it. Think about even that letter that I mailed Elliot last year when he came around here and said, I need your number for that life insurance, and I didn't give it to him because of him harassing and doing drugs and alcohol, him harassing. So that's their way of paying me back. I know that's what it is. That's what it. They knew what kind of brother they got and what kind of a son. Said, "Oh, you ain't going to take this burden off of us." You married him without us. Even the whole thing with the mother being there at the divorce hearing and the judge telling Elliot mother to sit down. Y'all, all this. Stay out of it. I don't care how bad. I don't care if you hit rock bottom. I don't care you homeless. I don't care your children don't have. I don't care what's going on. These churches don't love you. These pastors don't care about you. These deacons and these religions and these institutions around Church Square, Y'all could Google the Church Square Shop Center, and you'll see all the churches around here. All the churches at every corner. That they don't care. I've been raised, but not born in. I've been born and raised in Baltimore City, but I've been raised around here since I was 12 years old. Since I was 12, and now I'm 55. Y'all, do the math. They don't care. Jennifer, y'all, they don't, and it gets worse and worse and worse. They don't care about you and your adult, you and your children, and your children that turn adults. They don't care about your husband. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about the community that they set up in. They got these programs and all that, and it'll look it. From my observation of each church, they do things that make it look for image, for PR, for image, that make it look like they care, to make it appear like they care about the community. But when you actually get to the root of the issue, they play dumb. It's like the tithing offering. You ask them for your money back. You ask them, say, I've been a member of this church for 30-some years. I've been a member of this church. I need help to pay my rent. Need help with my gas and pay Pampers and stuff. They play dumb real quick. Oh, go to social services, or do this and that. No. I'm going to the storehouse. No, I'm going to you. They pick and choose who they help. The mothers of the church, they pick it. Okay, a lot of it is they don't like you, and a lot of it is they see you as a paycheck, and you done volunteered your time and your life to the church, and they see you as a paycheck, and you done gave your money to them. Just like Joe Witness, you're a young person, and you're a pioneer, a regular pioneer, you're a pioneer, and they tell you don't go to college, don't get a real good job, and then they turn on you. You get baptized into the organization, then they flip on you. You put all your youth into Bethel, being a Bethelite, or put all your time into Joe Witness organization, being a pioneer, and them elders flip on you. When you need help, there ain't no way around. Y'all, I seen that in Central Congregation, was a predominantly black congregation. I seen that in United Baptist Church, predominantly black church. And I was a member of United from 1992 when my son Joshua was a baby, to, let me see, when I retired, when I got my to 2024. 2024. Yup. When I had the fluid around the heart surgery with the fluid around my heart and I had the stroke. And when I don't call it, when Yalva and Mr. Denise Williams and Regina Deacon, all women, all all women, and with mother Juanita was pouring into me, was talking to me. That's why I went to Mother Juanita's funeral. When I had that heart surgery, and I told her, she said, "What's wrong, babe?" And I told her. She said, "I've been there." She told me, just pray for all of them. Just pray. She told me, just pray for all of them. Y'all, and that after that incident, after that, I cut my membership. Like, you know what? Y'all, they do not care. They do not care. It's just like me going to this funeral. I'm doing it. When y'all were there, what you here for? Run her damn mouth. In 2024. What you here for? Devils don't like, they don't like your vibe. They don't like your positivity. They don't like your creativity. They can't stand you. They know who you, they recognize who you, they know you chosen. They know you're a chosen vessel of God, and they can't stand, they can't stand you. They will take all that demonic, try to take all of that demonic energy, all that gaslight, all that stuff on you, and make you feel like you wrong, when it's them the whole time, the whole entire time. Y'all, this funeral, y'all, this funeral feel like, okay, just go ahead and press your way and pay your respects to your husband. Go there with Henry, like my son said, like my oldest son said, go there and get all that hurt off your back. Go there and get all that pain and all that hurt and all that what they doing to you. Go there and catch mobility, and get mobility back home. And y'all, don't feel, don't feel obligated like you owe, owe them. Not, they don't care. They don't care. And my son Joshua said, look at it like it's a wedding. It's more for them than you. For them, it's a wedding. I said, I never looked at it like that, Joshua. I said, look at it like it's a wedding. And I can relate to that because it's for them. Y'all, okay. That daggone ambiance. That picture of him, when I first saw it, I jumped, I got scared. That picture, I never seen it. That picture looks scary. I asked Josh, I said, what you think of that? I said, Beyonce. He said, it looked like an interview picture. It looked like a job interview. It looked like somebody that got clean from drugs and they took a picture. They took a picture of him. I said, you know what? I said, you know what? You can't get no truther than that. Them pictures that I got of him that I posted, even the video of him, that's the real him. That's the real. That's the that. That's the real him. And my son was saying that he remembered when he did the when he was in here in the Joshua's room, childhood room, laid out on the pallet with the bed bug issue in his room. And the Joshua said he looked high. I said, what? He said, yeah, he looked high there. I said, no. He said, yeah. And then Joshua broke it down. I said, you know, he was doing drugs the whole time, throughout the whole march. I said, hold up. I said, wait a minute. I knew. I went with him to his doctor at Union Memorial. I said, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. Child, me and my gullible ass and my naive self. Now I'm thinking, okay, it all makes sense with him wrapping up the cigarette and stuff. That was weed, and I ain't know. Y'all, and him working under the table, all them under the table jobs and them scans that he was doing. Y'all, okay. That wasn't my responsibility. That was not my responsibility. And his mother knew. She ain't, you know, his mother knew. His family knew. Y'all, I bet my mother even knew. My mother knew. Said, you know what? Let's set the Crystal up. Crystal disfellowship and all them my mom Joe Witness, Elliot mother Joe Witness, and Elliot and Crystal go to church. Let's set them two up. Let's force them two to get married and have a child together. And they made me look, okay, they made me look like a whore. Made me look, because I had two sons. I had two sons in the marriage that wasn't Elliot's. And they knew Elliot was bisexual and a drug addict and an alcoholic and out there. They knew it. And they knew what kind of man he was. But They want to go against my character and have my kids put in the system and wanted to kill me. My mom wanted me to die, try to kill me. She wanted all that stuff to wipe me out. All of that. Every time I try to leave out of Baltimore City, here she coming after me. Y'all, and then even now, her sending me the text message, telling me she wanna hug me. She was planning on going to the funeral. I was like, you know what? You don't even touch me. Don't, Joan Sweeney, don't you touch me. You go over there with Joy. Go over there with your granddaughter, and go over there with the one. Go over there with Newt. Go over there with Elliot's family, and leave me the hell alone. I told Joshua that. Joshua said, Grandma she doing it for attention. She ain't want nothing to do with you all this time. Why is she appearing at the front? She want attention. Y'all, y'all. I ain't got time. I don't got time for none of this. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for it. I don't got time. I don't got time for none of this. You hear me? Back to these churches. If y'all going through something like what I'm going through, the sheer temptation of it, it's best to stay home. Stay home and stay. Yeah, it hurt while you going through that type of stuff. Stay home. Stay in your apartment. Stay in your house. Stay home. Go out when you need to go out. Go out, get yourself a snack or a treat. Go to a museum. Go to a quiet place. Somewhere like that. But don't go somewhere. Don't go to these. Don't go to them churches. Y'all, let me get off of here. Be blessed.